The Animals and Research Committee has as its mission to address issues related to the conduct of biomedical research using laboratory animals. Recognizing that animal research is vital to unraveling the important questions about how drugs of abuse affect physiological systems and behaviors, the committee is committed to developing position papers on issues that impinge on use of animals in research. We also organize action items to enable the membership of CPDD to respond to initiatives affecting use of animals in research, and to communicate pending changes in rules, regulation, and legislation that have to do with this area. In 2002, when I took over as chair of the committee, we decided that one of the things we also wanted to do was to help members of CPDD communicate to non-scientists about the reasons for use of animals in research. Rich de la Garza prepared a PowerPoint presentation that formed the nucleus for a finalized version that was developed with suggestions from the committee and with work from a graphic artist. The committee wanted to present the PowerPoint to interested members and get their feedback. So we requested and we were granted time on the program for the first animal forum at CPDD. In June 2003, we held a brown bag lunch at the annual meeting, where we had a free-ranging discussion with members about how to outreach to schools and other groups in the community. There was an enthusiastic reception of the concept of the forum and also of the PowerPoint presentation. Subsequently, the Animal Committee copyrighted the presentation under the title, "The Importance of Use of Animals in Biomedical Research," and the board approved posting it on the website. Another outcome of the forum was the realization that there were many members of the college who use animals, but we were not organized in a way where we could mobilize them when issues arose that required a response from the membership. In October 2003, we started the first animal listserv, where interested members could sign up to be kept informed about legislative issues and position papers being undertaken by the committee. As the first forum was so successful, and at the discussion, many issues had come up that we really hadn't thought about before, which were problems that individual members were having with their IACUCs or with their veterinarians. We decided to hold a second forum, and this tradition has continued now over the last decade. Many times we had speakers from outside, such as people from NEIGHBOR, which is an organization committed to helping animal researchers. Other times we actually had our own members talk either about how they withstood harassment by animal rights activists or how they put in place rules, procedures to handle harassment and getting the backing of their schools and their animal use committees. Nancy Mello and Nancy Ator, who took over from me as chair, also continue this tradition, and these fora have been extremely successful. I'm once again serving as chair, and looking back over this last decade, it's interesting that not only have the problems for animal researchers not been abated, in fact, many of them have gotten worse. This is in spite of our best efforts at countering legislation. Many of the revised regulations in the 8th Guide to the Care and Use of Laboratory Animals, which were opposed by our committee, actually ended up being adopted. We have been successful, however, in preventing rodents from being put under the aegis of the Department of Agriculture, which would add many more rules and regulations to those that we already have. Your committee is committed to the work for the best interests of the animal researchers and to keep interested members informed of the major issues on the legislative scene. So if you're interested, feel free to contact me or any of the members, and we'd be glad to have your input.